If you're applying for jobs, you probably expect employers to treat you fairly, but not every company follows the law during the hiring process. Today I want to walk you through some illegal hiring practices to watch out for and explain what rights you have as a job applicant. First, let's talk about discrimination. It's illegal for employers to make hiring decisions based on certain protected characteristics. Under federal law, those include your race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age if you are 40 or older, disability, and genetic information. Many states also protect sexual orientation, gender identity, marital status, and even hairstyle associated with race. What does that mean in real life? An employer cannot refuse to hire you because you are pregnant. They cannot ask how old you are in a way that suggests they only want younger workers. They cannot reject you because of your accent if you can perform the job. And they cannot ask you about your medical conditions unless it directly relates to the job and happens at the proper stage of hiring. If an interviewer asks you questions like, "Do you have kids? How old are you? What country are you originally from?" Or, "Do you have any health problems?" Those can be red flags. Now let's talk about salary transparency. Under federal law, employers are not required to tell you the salary range in most states. However, in some states and cities now, they have pay transparency laws. These laws require employers to include a salary range in the job posting or provide it upon request. If you are in one of those locations and the employer refuses to disclose a salary range, that could be a violation of local law, so be sure to check your local and state laws when applying for jobs. Even where it is not legally required, refusing to discuss pay at all can be a warning sign. It may signal that the employer is not being transparent. Next, job expectations. Employers are not legally required to provide a detailed job description in every case. However, they cannot intentionally misrepresent the job. For example, they cannot advertise a management position and then hire you for a completely different lower-level role with different pay. That could potentially be fraud or misrepresentation, which means they knowingly gave you false information to get you to accept the job. Another important issue is background checks. If an employer runs a background check, federal law called the Fair Credit Reporting Act requires them to get your written permission first. If they plan to deny you the job because of something in the report, they must give you a copy and opportunity to respond. Also, some states limit when and how employers can ask about criminal history. These are sometimes called ban-the-box laws. Watch out for illegal pay practices during hiring too. If an employer asks you to work for free as a trial without pay, that is often illegal. If they promise you that you will be paid but ask that you sign something waiving your right to wages, that is another major red flag. Finally, trust your instincts. If a company refuses to put anything in writing, pressures you to accept immediately, asks for sensitive information like your social security number before making an offer, or makes comments that feel discriminatory, take a step back. The hiring process should be professional, transparent, and respectful. As a job seeker, you have the right to be free from discrimination, to give informed consent to background checks, and in many places, to receive pay range information. If something feels off, it may be worth speaking with an employment attorney to understand your options. Knowing your rights is the first step to protecting them.